Coming up on June 5th and 6th, young people from around our region can take part in a defensive driving school at Bristol Motor Speedway called B.R.A.K.E.S, which stands for Be Responsible and Keep Everyone Safe. The idea for B.R.A.K.E.S came about due to a tragic event in the life of our next guest, NHRA drag racing champion Doug Herbert. And this morning I want to welcome Doug to Daytime to share with us more about this important driving safety program. Good morning, Doug.
Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate you guys helping us get the word out about this important program.
It is important. It's important to you because it's really personal with you, isn't it?
It's very personal. Yeah. You know, I've been coming to Bristol for a long, long time. Won my first race there at Thunder Valley. First racer to go 300 miles an hour up there. Had a lot of excitement and a lot of fun. But January 26, 2008, my life changed when I got the phone call that my two boys were both killed in a car crash less than a mile from my house. And I decided to make my life's mission at that point to make sure that no other parent got that phone call that I got, and that we're going to help these teenagers get home safely. I didn't realize at the time that car crashes is the #1 leading cause of fatalities for teenagers. So what B.R.A.K.E.S does, well, easy, the first thing to say is what it doesn't do. We're not a driver's ed program. We are teaching life-saving skills to these teenagers in the cars and really teaching them about, if they get in a bad position, how to get out of it, and most importantly, how to avoid those bad decisions and bad positions to start with.
And you have some really great instructors working with you, and you were telling me earlier some of these young drivers need to be bumped up, some need to be taken down a peg or two. They're good at doing that.
Yeah, the instructors that we have are absolutely who I would want to teach my teenagers, and that's who we have there to teach these B.R.A.K.E.S classes. They do cool things like teach the Secret Service guys defensive driving. You know, they're law enforcement, they're state troopers, they're stunt drivers, they're NASCAR racers, they're world champion drag racers like myself and others. So we've just got absolutely the most incredible people that are there teaching these classes. And one of the neat things is parents come as well, and there's a lot of times the biggest aha moments can be with a parent, because when I took driver's ed, we used to have to pump the brakes, and it was just a horn in the center of the steering button, and now it's an airbag that comes out at 200 miles an hour. So things have changed a lot, and we try to help bring the parents up to speed too. And so there's just a lot that goes into it, and the statistics and the feedback that we get from the classes is really, really good.
One of the stats that jumped out at me, because y'all have had like over 40,000, 45,000 young people go through this program. One of the stats that jumped out at me is teens who have taken this course are 64% less likely to get into an auto accident. That really is impressive.
I'll tell you what, we've been working with the University of North Carolina, Dr. Paul Friday, and just an incredible guy. He's helped us adapt our program so much, but one of the first things that he did for us was, I wanted to know, at this time, you know, we've been doing this now for obviously over 10 years. I wanted to know what kind of effect are we having on these teenagers? Hopefully we're teaching them these skills and they're using them to be safer in the cars. And I would have been happy if it was 1% improvement. But when that report came back from Dr. Friday, over a 5-year period, we analyzed over 5,000 teenagers that have been through our program, and we found that the accident rate for these teenagers is more than 60% less likely to be involved in a car crash after going through a B.R.A.K.E.S program. So it's a free program, it's a charity. You know, there's just really no reason to not sign your teenager up, and then you come, and most insurance companies give insurance discounts for teenagers that come, and they're that much less likely to be in a car crash. It's just a win for everybody.
I started to say, I was going to mention that it is a free program. So really, you know, this is a great opportunity, and you still have some spaces available at the one at Bristol that's coming up.
There is a few spaces available. You know, we're lucky. We've got some great partners. My world champion drag racing friend, Alan Johnson, local up there to Bristol, and he's been a big supporter for years, and he's a big, part of being behind the program and helping us get back up to Bristol. So we're very thankful, and there is some open spots. So I would encourage anybody that's interested, you've got a teen driver, go to the website, which is putonthebrakes.org, and find out more information. Sign your teenager up and come out and see us on that weekend. It's only a 4-hour class, so it's a half a day. There's time to fit that in. I always tell parents, okay, well, how much time do you spend going to Little League practice, piano lessons, all these different things? this is a half a day that could help save your teenager's life. It's probably the most important thing they could do.
All right, Doug Herbert, thank you so much for what you're doing with brakes. We appreciate your time. We're going to give everybody the information right now. Thank you for the time today.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Folks, it is important that you sign up your young people for brakes. It is be responsible and keep everyone safe. And we got the information for you about how you can sign up right there on the screen.